Greetings. What's going on, guys? Y'all know what it is, man. It's time for the live Q&A. Before we get into it, as always, giving out some free gifts today. Dropping my free training on teaching you how to level up, man. How to get from where you are to where you want to be. You know, how to go from being mediocre, average, feeling awful, feeling like a shell of yourself, right? You feeling like you're not the man you used to be. This training will help you with that. It's completely free. Go ahead, check it out in the chat, and maybe you can level up too. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it, man. We got some Q's, some A's. Let's see who I can help be great today. Who we got in the building? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Jeff Epstein, what up? Shout out to Degrassi, man. Rishi Reach, what up? Mike G, greetings. Sean, greetings. Young Mega Music. It's a great name. Greetings. I'm trying to lose weight fast to play basketball professionally. Are you trying or you doing? Which one is it? Because you can't do both at the same time, right? Either you trying or you doing. Which one are you doing, bro? Which one is it? How do you feel about natural remedies to hold up? How do you feel about natural remedies used to lose belly fat, such as chia seeds, flax seeds? That's bullshit, bro. Right? The seeds that you eat ain't gonna determine how much belly fat you lose. Whoever told you that goofy shit is lying to you, man. I don't know where you got that from, man. What's the difference between trying and doing? Well, you have people who make excuses, and then you have people who make it happen, right? So when you're trying, that implies that there's a possibility of failure. So if you hit a certain amount of restriction and constraint, that may be enough for you to stop and be able to justify your failure by saying, I tried, right? But ultimately, anything less than actually committing to overcoming the obstacle and getting it done is an excuse, right? Everybody's got a good fucking excuse, but excuses don't have any value because everybody has them. You know what has value? Things that are the exception to the rule, things that are different, things that are above the norm. And that's inherently those who have actual results, who actually out here doing the things that you wish you could be doing, right? Those are the doers, right? Those are the people who are committed to making things happen, regardless of what obstacles they face or how they fucking feel. That's the difference between trying and doing. So you got a choice. You can try to make something happen, or you can do whatever it takes to make it happen. Which one you gonna choose? I don't want to lose my big ass belly. I love it. Well, Brett, good for you, right? Is it a boy or a girl? What you having? should we start picking out names for you, Brett? You and your big ass belly? Nah, man, I'm messing with you, bro. What are the thoughts on sugar-free Crystal Light packets in non-fat plain Greek yogurt? Saw it in another channel, but not sure if it's worth it. Appreciate you and your content, man. It's probably fine. I mean, you're really talking about something that adds sugar-free, probably adds little to no calories, and Greek yogurt is fine. So really, all you're doing is changing the flavor of your plain Greek yogurt to whatever you want it to be. I don't see any problem with it. How do you build muscles in your lower chest? Oh, that's a good one, man. So the lower chest essentially is built through training movements that cause you to bring your arms across the midline of your chest or below. So if you're doing like any type of press, you want to think about the angle in which your elbow is in relation to your chest. So if your elbow is a little higher up here, that's more shoulder. If it's kind of here, that's more upper chest. But as that elbow comes closer down to that nipple line, that's more the midline of the chest and even lower. So what are movements that force your elbows into that position? Flat bench, right? Weighted dips, elevated push-ups, and even cable crossovers where you angle to come down, right? So when you come up, that's upper chest. But when you come down on cable crossovers, that hits more of the lower to mid chest, right? If that was helpful, that made sense, type 1 in the comments, y'all. What's your opinion on keto? I think it's pointless, personally. I think it's kind of pointless, man. Keto stands for ketosis. And ketosis is a natural state that your body enters into after depleting itself of all its glycogen stores, right? So you spend enough time where your body's not in a state of being fed, and your body clears out all the glucose. It has to burn something for fuel, right? And so that's when it enters the state of ketosis, where it starts using your fats as an energy source to fuel your muscles and cells, right? So what does that really mean? All you got to really do to get into ketosis is fast, right? You can just not eat, right? I get into ketosis most days of the week. If I fast for like longer than 16 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours. Last week I did a 72-hour fast. I was in ketosis for most of that time. So yeah, you you can just do that, and then when you eat all the carbs that you could handle as it relates to your goal. So that's my take on it, man. It's really pointless to be out here doing keto if you're doing it for the sake of ketosis. But that's me, right? I think the best advice you can give somebody who's choosing a new nutrition lifestyle is pick something that you can commit to consistently. Me personally, I couldn't consistently commit to keto because I enjoy eating carbs, right? So I'm basically, exiting out an entire food group, you know what I mean, for the sake of fat loss, when I can do that without having to do that. I lost 50 pounds in 5 months eating rice pretty much every day. So it's not about the carbs, it's about the calorie deficit, and it's about what you can do consistently. Hopefully that makes sense. If that was helpful, type 1 in the comments, y'all. Any summer travel plans? Yeah, it's already started. I was in Toronto a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna be somewhere next month, probably the month after that, and I was gonna go somewhere this weekend, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thoughts on fasting to eat more calories the next day? That sounds like some fat boy shit. What are you talking about? Oh, my mother's here. Greetings. Greetings. Oh, P. Diddy Fitness Official is in the building. we have been graced by Mr. Bad Boy himself. Mr. Bad Boy Records, man. I was scared for you for a minute, man, but like you found your way out of the clutches of treachery. Double C's and YT says, I'm fat as hell. Are you satisfied with that? Is that acceptable for you? Because if you cool with that, I'm happy for you, man. Being ready to lose that big ass belly, keeping you big as hell. Hey, man. Maybe. Maybe, potentially. But listen, if you out here struggling to get to your goals and you need some assistance, potentially, you know what I'm saying, check out this free training that I'm dropping to help you level up and get to the best version of you, man. Drop it in the chat. Oh, let me go ahead and drop it over here in Facebook too, man. Give Facebook some love. Do you like minors? Uh I think that's Drizzy Drake's thing, not mine. I don't think that's no, I'm playing. I don't know his personal life, man. It's a Kendrick joke. What's a good speed on the treadmill to do every day? Uh yeah, I don't know if there's like a set speed that's gonna be like the one that I would prescribe. I think you wanna basically think about something that's going to cause your heart rate to enter a state that's associated with the goal that you have. So let's say you want to lose fat, you would ideally want your heart rate to be in zone 2, zone 3, and that's somewhere between like 100 beats per minute up to about 140, 150, right? So if you're doing two speed and you're watching your heart rate, you're using a little heart rate monitors on the treadmill or some type of wearable device, and you notice that your heart rate is pretty low, like you're well conditioned for that, maybe you need to bump it up to 2.5 or 3, right? But you're chasing the heart rate more so than anything as it relates to the goal that you have, more so than just having some arbitrary set number for your speed, if that makes sense. Oh man, this guy's wild. Is simply walking burn any fat? If it helps you get into a calorie deficit, yes. But if you're walking and you're eating like a fat ass, then no. Corey, does flying planes burn calories? Maybe. I ain't never flew one. I've flown on them a lot though. Ronnie A, man, sorry to hear that. Unless you're happy with that, right? You're happy with your results in life, man. Accusations. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. That's a good question, man. It's good questions. I did a lot of all of my ice. I'm not fat. I'm joking. Burly people. Okay. All right. Why do some guys like to remain big as hell? I think the best answer for that, Sean, is they associate more pain with change than they do with staying the same, right? So you got to think why anyone does anything, right? The reason why anyone does anything is to escape what they believe to be painful for them to get to what they believe to be pleasurable for them, right? So one example might be, I'll just use myself, right? So I went to college and I got a degree in construction management, right? And most people who get that degree, they kind of pick a field, whether it be like, in the realm of like commercial buildings or like civil projects, which is like roads and bridges. So I picked a concentration in civil engineering technology as my associates to go with my bachelor's degree, right? So I got that degree, and then I started working in that field. Now, most guys who work in that field the first few years, they just settle on not making that much money and getting to the point where they like eventually start to scale up because they know long term they'll be able to be pretty well off, right? Well, I personally associated a lot of pain with waiting around to progress in life and be better at that stage because I felt like I was just wasting time. Whereas a lot of guys in my position, they were grateful to have the opportunity to climb that corporate ladder. So we were in the same position, but some people saw it differently than I saw it. Right. So I hated it. It was painful for me every day. So I decided to change, and I went into the field that I'm in now, into fitness, because I felt it was more conducive to what I wanted my life to stand for, like actually contributing to people personally, right? Whereas some of them people, they don't really like talking to people and having conversations about other people's goals and lives, and giving individual value. They'd rather just be behind the scenes building roads and bridges. You know, that's what they associate pleasure with. Doing what I'm doing right now would be painful for them because they have anxiety around it. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about like being fat or not being fat. It's about, is that painful for you, or is it more painful to do the work to change that shit? So more people who are big as hell, so to speak, they just associate a lot of pain with making the changes in their diet, making the changes, with their activity level, committing to some type of routine, right? They think that shit is painful. Whereas I think it's more painful to be walking around not feeling good about how you look, constantly ashamed of the man that you see in the mirror, hiding from pictures, barely going to social functions because you ashamed of how you look, walking around, gasping for air, can't keep up with your girl, can't keep up with your kids, right? You out here depressed because internally, you're not living up to the standards that, you could be. I think that's just more painful personally. So, you know, in life, you're going to have some type of pain. It's either going to be pain now of disciplining yourself to make yourself a better version of yourself, or it's going to be pain later associated with, the regret that you could have done something, you know, which one you going to pick, right? If you guys want to pick, the pain now to discipline yourself to become better, go ahead, watch this free training. I'm going to drop in the chat again. This will walk you through some tips that, potentially help you get there a little bit sooner. Um, Hopefully that was helpful. If that was helpful, type 1 in the comments. Life isn't supposed to be taken so seriously. I mean, it depends on who you're talking about, man. you know, some people live their life like, like they got infinite days. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a game, and you know, they got infinite lives or some shit. They can always hit a reset button. Some people live their life like this is their last day, and they gonna make everything they can of that day. But you get to decide which one it is. You know, I just choose to live my life as though tomorrow could be the last day I ever live, or today could be. And if you feel like I'm taking shit too seriously, man, hey, you you don't have to live your life like me, man. You keep doing the shit you doing right now. Typing in fucking YouTube comments, man. You keep doing that. You ain't gotta change. Would you recommend Met RX bars? Nah. Not only are the macros trash, but it tastes like trash. Have you ever tasted one of those? That shit tastes like choc chocolate malted chalk, right? It tastes like they took a piece of chalk from 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 one of those, like those big tins that they give little kids with the big fat blocks of chalk. It tastes like they took one of them and just wrapped it in chocolate, bro. That shit's trash. Man of Mystery says, I got a friend, he big as hell, says he happy, and I beg to differ. Doing understand him. I don't know if it's for you to understand. Everybody makes their choices. Some people choose to, change. Others choose to stay the same. It's not up to us to, decide that for them. All we can do is live our lives in congruence to what we believe is best for us. And if those things that we do for ourselves actually start to inspire others, then so be it. But if not, man, they can just watch us shine and they can stay how they are. Yeah. Yeah, shit is nasty as hell. Great content. Always pick up a lot of things. I appreciate you from Puerto Rico. Hey, shout out to you, man. I'll be visiting Puerto Rico soon. Appreciate the knowledge, King. Thank you, Stevie. What age did you change? That change started for me, Jason, at the age of 23. I was 23 years old. One of my best friends passed away from sickle cell anemia. She died. She was 22. And it just really caused me to start looking at life differently, you know? Like when you lose somebody that's your age, that's really close to you, that you think gonna be a part of your life for like forever, right? You see them just die like that. It causes you to really look at, your own mortality differently. You stop starting to take things so lightly, and you start to realize, man, like we really don't have as much time as we think we do. Nothing's promised. And so therefore, in order to capitalize on the gift of time that we get every day, I just decided I'm gonna just make the most of my life, man. I'm gonna stop just being out here winging it with life. You know what I'm saying? So that was it for me. Mario, huge fan. Yo, thanks, Mario. Hey man, shout out to you and Luigi, man. Y'all been doing y'all thing for mad long. Big fan from Germany. What up? G Town. Go to the west side of the island. Best places and best beaches. Okay. See what I can do, man. Appreciate that, Paul. Swako, bro. What up? You helped me lose so much weight. Swako. Congratulations. We're gonna give you a hand clap. You know what I'm saying? Mario came through. Hey, I know the vibes, man. Hey, fuck Bowser. I'm on y'all team, man. Yeah. 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 Y'all know what it is. All right. Yeah. How else can I help, man? Who else need help? Oh, and again, if you guys want to start, taking your life to the next level, you really want to start, being more serious about, the changes that you would like to make, I got this free training I'm giving out to you guys that may help with that. Go check it out. How old are you now, King? I'm 32. That was almost 10 years ago. I just realized that on this on this live. I didn't realize that was almost 10 years ago, but it was. And I think something big is gonna happen on the 10-year anniversary of that day. Yeah, I really think it is. Which is coming up. Shit. Oh man. Um, I look 32. Whatever that means. Thank you. I take it, man. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't get that though, man. People say I look older. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, Abby knows the vibes. Hey, the beard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, yeah. the beard put a few miles on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. P. Diddy's in the building, man. The diddler. The diddler came through, man. What's your favorite fitness official bot who spams the biggest hell comments? I don't know if I have one. Um, I think it's like it's probably the one who comes to my lives the most. It's probably the homie Wimby. You know what I'm saying? Wimby be pulling up. Um, yeah. Cause I didn't know, I don't read the comments. So I didn't know that they was in there until um the homie told me. Oh, Ronnie's in the building. You're what up? It's good. I was supposed to be in Austin, Texas last week, man, but I turned down the trip, man. I had to get some work done. GIB, how do I begin? I mean, I would need to know more about your goals, man. So it really just depends on what you're looking to accomplish and where you're starting from. Good starting place, maybe the free training I'm giving out tonight. It has a lot of value as it pertains to getting you more in line with where you are now, where you like to go, and what could be the potential route to get you there. So check out that free training. I just dropped it in the chat again. But generally speaking, man, you gotta you gotta start from ground zero, man. Look at where you at and where you want to get to, and get you a structure associated with that. Corey, I work in an elementary school, and the kids keep saying keeping you big as hell all the time. Please help this issue. I man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe you need to talk to their parents. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to say to them? You know, Rob, I can't afford to eat healthy. Uh, how much does it cost to eat healthy? The fuck are you talking about, bro? You know, if anything, what do you mean? Right? If anything, it's cheaper to eat healthy than it is to eat bullshit. Um, I'm working on studying food labels and just walking. Yeah, we all got to start somewhere, Abby. You know what I'm saying? And if it says Abby NYC, hey, you in New York, you can do plenty of walking. Favorite cardio exercise? I can't talk about it on the live, but no, I'm playing. Um, I'm a big fan of walking, man. Because here's the thing about walking: you can scale up on the amount of walking that you do, and it's not super labor intensive to your muscles, so you're not like taxed. And the other side of it is super therapeutic, right? Like sometimes I just get really good ideas just walking. I de-stress, start my day. You get to enjoy the scenery. I remember when I used to be in college, and I used to like walk around with my big ass headphones like y'all see me with right now. And a lot of the times I would love to like listen to new music while walking, right? So I would literally like, instead of listening to music in my dorm or something like that, like I would wait until I had to walk somewhere to put the music on. So it kind of just became like my thing. Like, in order to listen to music, I have to be active. Like, I have to be walking, and that's still a habit to today. Like, I don't listen to music normally throughout the day unless I'm actually doing something active, like working out. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like I enjoy it, so I have to earn the reward of listening to music. And walking is something that you can do, and you know, still just kind of enjoy. So that's just something that I love. How do you track macros? Well, first you have to know what your macros are for your goal, right? So that's the first thing. Like, that's sort of a blanket question, bro. Um, but it's like, if you just know what your goal is, then you can learn what macros fit that goal. So for example, macros is like a budget, right? If you know you got a certain amount of money you can spend on, let's say, a trip. Let's say you budget out, okay, on this trip, um, I got a $2,000 budget. I can do whatever I want to do with this $2,000, but I can't go over through $2,000, right? Essentially that's how you make your decisions. All right. If I'm going on the excursion, right? Maybe there's some um what do they call it? Snorkeling. Like, it's a snorkeling excursion and it's like $500. Oh, well, let's see. I got 2,000 and I can spend, I can fit that $500 in there. It's the same with food, right? Every food carries a certain amount of macronutrients, and it's in association with your goal, right? So then you basically just make a decision. Okay, this my carbs for the day is 100 grams, right? So um this pasta, somebody wrote pasta a minute ago, one serving of it is 60 grams of carbs. Do I want to really knock out 60% of my carbs in one sitting just for the sake of having some fucking pasta? Right? Maybe. Right? It just depends on who you are and what your goals are. If that made sense and it was helpful, type one in the comments. Also, what I want to do for the homie that asked that is I'm gonna drop my 6-pack guide for free in the chat as well. This the 6-pack guide has a free tutorial in it on how to actually like uh, create your own macros and start tracking that, right? So maybe that could be something as a resource if you're new to tracking your macros. Good question, bro. Um, what exercises are the best to lose love handles and best exercise to get a V taper? There are the exercise to lose your love handles is the one I just told you about, tracking your foods, right? Because the only way to lose fat is to create a calorie deficit, right? So actually burn more calories than you consume, right? So if you go get the 6-pack guide I just dropped in the chat for free, it'll teach you how to actually learn what your nutrition should look like so that you actually can start to see those love handles come away. And you'll naturally get a V taper as your waist shrinks and you actually build out your lats and your delts, right? Because that makes your upper body look more wide and the midsection look more, tapered off, right? Give you that V shape. Exercises for my bussy. I don't know what a bussy is, D Smoke, but I know I just had some Anabar, and it was called Bussin' Birthday Cake, right? That was the flavor name, and it was in fact bussin', right? Just in case you wanted to know. Um, do you know FitX Fearless? We've chatted on Instagram a couple times. He actually doesn't live too far from me. I live in a place called Fort Lauderdale. He lives in Miami. We got some mutual friends, and yeah, he's a homie of the homie, so he's vicariously my homie too. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with FitX, man. A lot of his content is good. It's like it's very aggressive, it's very direct, and he's not spewing a bunch of nonsense, man. So I like his content. I'm sure we'll likely run into each other one of these days, man. Like the fitness community it's not that big, pause. It's everybody sort of knows some of the same people, and me and him know some of the same people. Nice to see you on a live, your personality shot. Thank you, Catty Cat. Catty Cat. That's a great fucking name. I be seeing him serious in the grocery stores. I be in there having fun. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know which videos you seen. I'm trying to go. You trying to go chemical free? Is you trying or doing? Right? It's a difference. Being a trad wife and everything homemade. I don't know what trad wife is, man. I might need to Google that. Stay away from enriched. Okay. How do I get more glasses? You go to the glasses store and you buy some. Thank you, Nicholas. Thank you. Big hair for the ladies helps keep the waist look smaller. Maybe. I don't know if I ain't never heard a girl say that before. but maybe, right? Potentially. My girlfriend has an afro. She does have a small waist. Is that a part of her master plan? I don't know. But I asked about that. What are the best at home exercises to do to lose weight? Man, I don't know what's giving you the impression that exercise at home is the key to losing weight. There are no best exercises for losing weight at home, right? Like there are exercises at home that you can do that will lend themselves the most to losing weight. But the key to weight loss, fat loss, any drop on the motherfucking scale you talking about, it all boils down to you have to burn more calories than you consume. So no amount of exercise is going to supersede that, right? With that said, Compound exercises is probably the best to focus on, right? If you have your diet on point, maybe you go get the 6-pack system. I'm gonna drop it again in the chat. Teaches you how to actually get the nutrition right so that you can lose that big ass belly. Essentially, man, it really boils down to, if you can use more muscles in your session, you can burn more calories. If you burn more calories, creating a deficit of calories becomes what? That much easier. So what uses the most muscles? What burns the most calories? Compound exercises. So that would be what I would say closely lends itself to your question. But I want you to know your question is not necessarily targeted at the right thing. It's really about the nutrition, bro. Like you can do all the compound exercise you want, but if you eating like a fat ass, it ain't gonna do nothing, man. Have you taken apple cider vinegar? And if so, when do you use it? Yeah, I got some in the cabinet. It's great for detoxifying the body, cleansing. There's a lot of health properties as it pertains to resetting your gut microbiome, and it's actually a natural appetite suppressant. But that's about it. Like, it's not something that I'll use like for the sake of any type of muscle building or fat loss, because it ain't gonna help you with either of those. All right. Indirectly, though, it can help your body actually utilize the nutrients from foods better because it resets your gut microbiome and you may be able to digest stuff better. But that's about it, man. All these people out here telling you that apple cider vinegar help you lose your stomach, it's full of shit, man. You know that, right? You know that they sell apple cider vinegar at every grocery store in America for less than $10. Did you know that? All right. Do you really think the pharmaceutical industry would allow that fat burning supplement to be on the shelves of your local grocery store if it was that powerful at actually melting fat off your body? You think they would bottle it up as fast as possible and sell it to the masses? Would nobody be talking about Ozempic? They be talking about apple cider vinegar. Right? You know why they not talking about apple cider vinegar? Because that shit don't burn fat, man. It's a wellness product. It's a food item, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with fat loss. Hopefully I cleared that up. If that makes sense, type one in the comments. Can you clear up the formula of how much protein you should be taking in a day? I keep hearing so many different things. Some say 1 gram of body weight. Some say 0.7 or weight divided by 2.2. Listen, man, it really boils down to this. How much lean mass do you have? Because the amount of protein that you can assimilate and utilize to actually repair and grow muscle is all linked to how much muscle you fucking have, right? What else is it going to do if it's not actually doing something as it relates to your muscle? So that equation, the 1 gram per pound or the 0.7 grams per pound, that's in relation to your lean mass number. So you got to figure out what your body fat percentage is and then extrapolate from that your lean mass, and then you attach that to either the 1 gram or the 0.7. That 2.2 shit, I ain't never heard of that. I don't know who told you that goofy ass equation, right? And no disrespect to them, I'm sure that they had a reason, but I ain't never heard of it, right? 1 gram or 0.7. It's a range. So all the science says that the control studies where they tested athletes to see how much muscle they built or how much fat they lost and was able to retain muscle, all of them were taking in something in that range, 0.7 to 1 gram, in relation to, get this, guys, their lean body mass. So it has nothing to do with your total mass. It has nothing to do with your total weight. It has everything to do with your lean body mass. Now, if that made sense, come on, man. Y'all know what to do. Type one in them comments, baby. Your glasses are dripped to the max. Hey, man, appreciate that. Right. Sometimes I got to do that. Okay. Yeah. Texas native here. How much will working out in the heat of my garage raise my BMR, minimize gains versus the winter? Man, that's a good question. So your BMR right? That's how many calories your body is burning at rest, right? So that's the basic rate of calories that you burn at rest. Your TDEE is the assumed amount of calories that you will be burning based off your BMR and your activity level. So how much you move. I don't think TDEE is a good metric to measure because that shit is like random. It's going to change every day depending on different factors. So I think the best way to really understand this, Nicholas, is what I have my clients do. Start tracking your steps every day, right? Because steps is one of the few metrics of all the different things as it relates to caloric burn that's completely objective, right? You move this much, right? So it's not talking about like how much hormonally the internally your body actually burn calories. It's no, how much did you move that day? So if you look at something like that, like how much did you move in relation to those gains you're talking about? So how much strength you gaining? You know, what's your composition looking like? Are you building muscle? You know, are you losing muscle? Are you gaining fat? Are you measuring those things? Measure those in relation to the steps that you take, the amount that you move, and that'll give you the data if you're overdoing it, right? Or if you're right in line where you need to be. Hopefully that makes sense. Because right now it just sounds like it's not a lot of like data to really support that you may be overdoing it or support that you're doing just enough. So it sounds like you just need more data. Are there any at-home surgery options that let me lose 50 to 60 pounds? If there are, I don't know about them. Biggest fitness lie I've ever seen in the videos from the 1960s where they recommend only eating salads after exercise. We've come a long way, and exercise equipment has changed a lot since then. I didn't know they had exercise videos in the 60s. I signed up for the pool in July to start working out that way, take some stress off my joints. That's what's up. You know, you got to figure out, you know, what's best for you. What did you study at uni? You are not from America, crypto C guy, because Americans do not say uni. The only people that say uni are people from other countries. I noticed that because I got people that I work with, my clients who are from other countries, and they say uni, and I'm like, we don't say that here, right? I studied so my associate's degree is in civil engineering technology. My bachelor's degree is in construction management, both of which I hate. Not because I think they're bad, but because I didn't like doing them. Personally, I didn't feel like I was like contributing to society in a meaningful way. So I got out the game, man. Thank you for answering me. Been making a big change in my life. When I started my journey, I was 200 pounds. Now I'm down to 186. Is that cool? Zaku. It sounds like a character from Black Panther. M'Baku. Yeah, man. Get the data, Nicholas. David, Corey, love your videos. Question: what is the best exercise for abs? Weights? Thanks, bro. I know the combination of all your thought. Thanks. Listen, David, and anybody else that wants to know about abs. The only thing you need to worry about as it relates to abs is the same thing that you need to worry about as it relates to any muscle group when we're talking about muscle growth of the abs. So I'm not talking about seeing the abs. I'm talking about having abs to see when you lose the fat. I think I've beat the dead horse here today in that if you want to see your stomach, clean up your fucking diet, guys. That's the key. Lower your body fat percentage so you can see those abs. But you need abs to see in the first place. So what do? You train with resistance. So the same way that you do a bicep curl to build your biceps, right? You apply tension to that muscle by adding weight to the bar or adding dumbbells or adding resistance to the machines. You do the same thing with ab exercises. Now in my 6-pack system that I'm giving y'all for free tonight, I'll drop it in the chat again. Basically, it goes over in detail a bunch of movements that you can do to actually start to add resistance to your abs and see them grow. Okay. So go ahead, grab a free copy of that, and it should help. Thanks for the question, man. Um Clarence says never got a text back. Clarence, I don't know what you talking about, bro. but you can ask, right? Like, I'm here for you, man. Feel free to type in the chat. I got you. Yeah, man. My bad, man. Players fuck up too, man. What can I say, man? What can I say? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never claimed to be perfect, Clarence. But you are. You got me for the next few minutes, man, till I hop off the live, man. So, you know, feel free to ask your questions. How about planks? They're good in conjunction with resistance to your abs, but they're not an ab builder because they don't add resistance and tell the muscles to grow. Burton Ernie, what up? Been doing the 18-6 method. It's working good. Black coffee is key. That's fantastic. Shout out to you, young Burton Ernie, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Randy, what up? Hey, I'm stupendous, brother. Thanks for asking, man. For sure. Got you, David, man. Yeah. Sometimes it says that for Diddy. Hey, man. Better luck next time. Yeah, man. I have a light outline of abs when I wake up in the morning, then it goes away after I eat and returns the next morning. That's normal, you know. Corey, can I get added to the Armstrong Army? It just depends, man. You know, we don't take on everybody, man. Everybody doesn't qualify to be a member of the Armstrong Army, but you can apply. You can apply to be a member of the Armstrong Army. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we'll see if potentially help. You know, I don't work with lazy people or people who not coachable. You know, there's certain sort of inherent requirements to be taken on as a member of the army. Um, but you know, you're more than welcome to go check out the free training that I dropped earlier. You know what I'm saying? And if you want more help, you know, there's a link on there to check it out. How do I lose a big ass belly? Um, like I said earlier, man, I'll drop the free six pack guide in the chat one more time. You know what I'm saying? That might have some tips in there to help you with your big ass belly. But it comes down to, you know, the proper nutrition, creating a calorie deficit, staying consistent long enough to see that big ass belly go away. When you got a big stomach, right? If you want me to tell y'all, you know, why your big belly won't go away, type 1 in the comments. I'm about to break it down. Break it down for you, man. If you want me to break it down, I'll break it down. If not, I won't even get into it, man. Okay. Okay, I got some ones coming in. Mostly Wemby, right? So when you think about stomach fat, it's kind of like, you know, a car, right? It's kind of like a gas tank. So food is energy that keeps your body running, just the same as gasoline is the fuel for your car to keep it running, right? So let's say you have a car that you shovel a bunch of gasoline into the gas tank. Even though it's full, you keep shoving it in, shoving it in, shoving it in. What's going to happen? The gas is going to, you know, overflow and spill out on your sneakers, right? So spill out all on your shoes, right? That's the equivalent of what happens when you shoveling a bunch of food into your body that you didn't burn the last food that you consume, right? So food is energy. If you didn't burn through that energy that you consumed previously, and you keep eating more and more food, it's just going to sit on your big ass stomach because it's overflow for later. You see, in the analogy with the car doesn't have a reserve tank, so it spills out on your shoes. Whereas we do, we have an inherent built-in reserve tank. Our body's designed to store excess energy for later because our ancestors survived by going long periods of time without eating food. So our bodies naturally evolved to store extra food for later just in case. And so that's all it is. All you got is a bunch of extra energy that you ain't used yet. If that made sense, type one in the comments, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, how about fasting? Yeah, it's great, man. I do that all the time. You know, my wife keeps me big as hell. I hope your wife don't know that you blaming her, man, for the choices that you making in your life. Did your wife shove a gun to your head, deputy, and force you to eat food and not move enough? Did she do that? She put a gun in your head like, yo, motherfucker, you better eat all this food and not walk around. You better sit on your ass. I don't think that's how it works, right? I could be wrong, but did she force you? Really? Is that true? For sure. Deputy dog. Hey, that's a water boy reference. I fuck with that. You go Lifetime Green Street. I think I seen you there. Yeah, I was there recently. I was there recently. Um, nah, I don't live there, but I was there. I pulled up one time. You know what I'm saying? I was there for like I was there doing some content for like a few days on a business trip. It was a nice one. That's the one that's like, I think it's like 2 stories. Yeah, and it's like a labyrinth. You walk in there, you gotta walk down and then walk back up to get to like the fitness side. It's like weird. Uh Deputy Dog says, in real life, we are Ironman triathletes. That's the fuck I'm talking about, man. See? Deputy Dog was flying under the radar. He was bamboozling you motherfuckers. He was making it sound like he was big as hell. But in reality, he's a champion. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man, I was there. That was me. Uh Corey, what are your thoughts on rural fitness in North Miami Beach, Florida? Um, I think I've been there before. I think it was cool. Why are bars and clubs not overflowing with fat alcoholics but very fit alcoholics? I don't have an answer for that question, man. what you know what I'm saying? What bars and clubs are you at where there's like athletic people there? I don't know. I appreciate your videos. Thanks for the great educational videos. Keep them coming. Appreciate you, deputy dog. Do you like David Goggins? He's cool. I got his book over there. Can't hurt me. It's a good book. It's a good read. Fat people drink at home. Hey man, yeah, people be getting turned up, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What are your take on saunas? Um, I like them, man. I was in the sauna the other day, man. I hit the sauna, hit the cold plunge right after. Saunas are great for everything from reduction of cortisol levels, increase in testosterone, to some degree. Helps reduce inflammation because you're losing some water, increases circulation and blood flow, so it could help with recovery to some degree. Um, I just like it because it's meditative, man. You lose that water, you feel good. You be in there sweating. You can listen to some music. I get my best ideas in the sauna. I'm a big fan. How come everyone seems to post about losing weight? How about advice on how to build muscle? It's much easier to destroy a building than it is to build one. Yeah, I think you're sort of in a unique situation, Drewski, where you're discussing something that like most people don't struggle with as much because most Americans are obese. So the people talk about weight loss and fat loss a lot because that's sort of where the market is, meaning that that's what people need the most help with. You know what I mean? Um, Building muscle is great. I think inherently I talk about building muscle because I talk a lot about prioritizing protein when you actually eat your nutrients and training for strength. Those both inherently lend themselves to what? Muscle retention and muscle growth. But it's all for the sake of losing the fat and then keeping it off. And then when you get to that point, then we can talk about building some muscle. You know what I'm saying? But if you big as hell, you got that big ass stomach. You know what I'm saying? You packing on the pounds while you still fat, man. You're not gonna look impressive. So that's my take on it. All right, guys. Well, hopefully this has been helpful today. Again, if you guys want some additional help as it pertains to get into your goals, go ahead, check out that free training I dropped. Also, the six pack guide that's in the chat. Feel free to scroll up or go to the link in the description. Until next time, y'all. Peace.